G'day and welcome to Wine Week. I'm Danny.
And I'm Brad.
And we're still here at the Good Food and Wine Show talking to winemakers.
That's right. Look, we've got another one in our series. Hope you enjoyed the first one, and let's get stuck in and have a look at what he's got to say about this.
Yeah, let's hook straight in.
We're still here at the Good Food and Wine Show here in Melbourne, and we're now at the New Generation Hunter Valley stand, and we're here with Andrew Thomas, and we're specifically looking at his Kiss Shiraz, which is fantastic. And
thanks, mate.
Andrew, talk us through a bit about this wine.
07, which is a great vintage in the Hunter Valley. We just released this wine literally a month ago, 2nd of May. We released it, and the response has been pretty good. For those that don't know, Kiss Shiraz is a single vineyard wine. It's grown on the Melbourne Estate Vineyard in the Hunter Valley, directly opposite Cypress Lakes. And it's on pretty tough country. It's on fairly sort of tough clay loam soils, 40-year-old vines. It's struggle street, so we get relatively low crops and we get lovely concentrated flavours. I guess we pushed the boundary a little bit in terms of ripeness. This one's around about 14%, but it's all in check. It's all in balance. So I guess it's a contemporary expression of Hunter Valley Shiraz, but at the end of the day, it still has that lovely hallmark regional savoury texture that we see in the best Hunter Valley Shiraz.
Yeah, and it does, and that's one of the things that sort of sets it apart, because you've managed to get that richness that a lot of Hunter Shiraz may have been lacking. But it seems that in the last few vintages, yourself and a few of the other guys have really been pulling out some Shiraz that's making everyone else sort of stand up and take notice and say maybe Barossa isn't the only place that can make the best Shiraz in Australia.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, the thing I love about, I grew up in South Australia, so I was weaned off the breast on those big fleshy McLaren Vale Shiraz, but the thing I love about the Hunter, as distinct from, let's say, McLaren Vale Barossa, which producers are getting smart now, they're toning it down a little bit, but the big juicy, almost syrupy South Australian styles are impressive, but they're not particularly that nice to drink, particularly with food, whereas the Hunter Valley Shiraz, and the best examples of the Hunter Valley Shiraz are more medium-bodied, or medium. You wouldn't even call them full-bodied. They're medium-bodied, but they're beautifully stylish. And the thing I love the most is that lovely savoury texture that we have, which makes them so much more food-friendly. In my book.
Absolutely, and some of the criticism over the years with some of the Barossa is that they're out of the same mould, and they're all kind of that big, rich, voluptuous
There's
style.
There's a bit of a sameness there, yeah.
That's right, but just tasting across the range here, yourself and some of the others, they're unique wines, and it probably says a bit about the terroir from the Hunter as well.
If we tried to produce a big syrupy South Australian style, it just doesn't work. I mean, our region, the soils, our climate, our vine stock, produce this wonderfully unique, world-class style of wine. And I guess maybe 10 years ago, when everyone was looking for these big ball terrors, our wines sort of suffered a little bit because they didn't have the strength and the richness that people were looking for. But I think that period's well and truly over now, and people are wising up that it's not actually, those wines aren't actually that great with food. So we can feel a groundswell of people coming back to look at our more savoury styles from the Hunter Valley, and we're here waiting for them to come along and love it.
Oh, look, and we're enjoying it too. So thanks for joining us today, Andrew. And look, the Kiss Shiraz 07, it's a ripper.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.